Kevin Costner and Christine Baumgartner, who are in the midst of a contentious divorce battle, have surprisingly reached a settlement with their prenuptial agreement enforced, accompanied by a substantial financial penalty if challenged. The 68-year-old actor and his 49-year-old wife, who had been married for nearly 2 decades, had been engaged in a prolonged legal dispute that concluded with a twist. Reports indicate that Baumgartner received over $400,000 to cover the expenses related to their courtroom clash. In a joint statement provided to us, Kevin and Christine Costner announced, Kevin and Christine Costner have come to an amicable and mutually agreed upon resolution of all issues pertaining to their divorce proceedings. Thames reported that if Christine were to contest the judgment, she would be liable to repay Kevin more than $1 million and cover his attorney's fees for the prenuptial agreement dispute. In response to this development, Christine accepted the terms of a 3-page settlement letter over the weekend. Kevin's legal team, led by renowned attorney Laura Wasser, had achieved several legal victories leading up to the settlement. Wasser had recently petitioned the court to establish Kevin's monthly financial obligation at $63,000, as reported by the publication. However, Christine had sought $248,000 per month, and following a 2-day evidentiary hearing earlier in the month, Judge Thomas Anderl ultimately sided with Kevin. Kevin responded to the signed settlement by sharing a throwback photo from his 1999 romantic drama film, Message in a Bottle, on his social media with the caption, "Happy Monday, friends. Wishing health and happiness for all of you." Previously, we had reported that Christine had already received more than $400,000 to cover her legal expenses in the battle with Kevin. The dispute revolved around a new award of $855,000 to cover fees for their upcoming trial regarding the enforceability of the prenuptial agreement they signed 18 years ago. Christine had requested $575,000 to pay her lawyers John Riddell and Susan Wiesner, along with an additional $280,000 for her forensic accountant Jill Bombino, bringing the total to an astonishing $1.26 million. However, documents revealed that she had already received $405,000 in legal, attorney, and forensic accounting fees in July. Laura Wasser, referred to as the Disso Queen, responded to this request in a legal filing, labeling the fees as inflated and deeming it unconscionable for Kevin to bear such costs. She accused Christine of being unreasonable and pointed out that her numerous legal maneuvers, most of which were unsuccessful, had driven up expenses for both parties. Notably, Judge Thomas Anderl had previously sanctioned Christine with a $14,000 payment for failing to provide adequate answers to questions from Kevin's legal team. This penalty came after the judge reduced Christine's monthly child support payments, a decision she strongly criticized. Brett Ward, a partner at the New York legal firm Blank Rome and an expert in family law, commented on the situation, noting that requesting fees isn't uncommon, but the potential size of the award was remarkable. He explained that judges typically view excessive requests unfavorably and aim to prevent protracted cases, like the Costner divorce, from escalating further. Judges consider the reasonableness of the requested fees and seek to balance the less financially privileged party's right to fair litigation with the concern that a substantial fee award could encourage unnecessary legal battles. Ward said the enormous legal bills the pair were racking up were unusual in family court, but added that much of the money can be explained by the value of the assets being wrangled over and expected the eventual tab to be much higher. He said, "At this pace and without a settlement in the near future, I would not be surprised if the combined legal fees approach or exceed $5 million. Much of Baumgartner's testimony during the evidentiary hearing had hinged on her being able to provide a lavish lifestyle for her 3 children comparable to the one they enjoy while with their father. Despite renting a $40,000 a month property in Tony Montecito, Baumgartner said her new home is inadequate because sons Caden and Hayes would have to share a bathroom while daughter Grace would need to share hers with the house. She also bemoaned the pool house guest accommodation, saying visitors would need to come into the main house to shower and hid out at the lack of beach access to which her children are accustomed. In his testimony, Costner said the property was comparable to his own luxury home in nearby Carpinteria and said it even has features he would like in his own house. According to the mom of three's friend, her objections also include her being removed from the community she had enjoyed while living with Costner. The friend added, Christine said they, Costner and his legal team, painted the picture of this shallow, greedy gold digger, and that if Kevin could get past his anger and revenge, he would see how this is hurting their kids. She said Kevin is ripping her apart from her community by making it impossible to live in the tight-knit neighborhood. Christine said this was never about beach views, and Kevin knows this. He knows how much the community means to Christine, and that this is his way of punishing her. Christine said the fight is far from over. The court also heard details of the family's lavish spending, which totaled $240,000 a month in 2022. Expenses included $40,000 spent each month on flowers and gifts alone, although Costner's forensic accountant, Tracy Katz, pointed out the figure is for the entire family, including Baumgartner. Katz said the 49-year-old was responsible for a host of big-ticket items, including $18,000 a month on medical bills, $18,855 on clothing, and $3,377 on beauty treatments. On top of that, Baumgartner was responsible for the lion's share of the $8,886 in cash taken out at ATM machines, according to Katz. In May 2023, Baumgartner filed for divorce from the Yellowstone star after 18 years of marriage and 3 children together due to irreconcilable differences. It is with great sadness that circumstances beyond his control have transpired, which have resulted in Mr. Costner having to participate in a dissolution of marriage action. Costner's rep said in a statement at the time, "We ask that his, Christine's, and their children's privacy be respected as they navigate this difficult time," the statement concluded. Costner was previously married to Cindy Silva from 1978 to 1994, and they share 3 children, Annie, 39, Lily, 36, and Joe, 35. He also shares a son, Liam Costner, with Bridget Rooney, who he dated after his split with Silva. In court documents obtained exclusively by us over the summer, Baumgartner described how she was instantly wowed when she first met the handsome, charming movie star when she was just 18 and he was 37. Baumgartner recalled the magic moment they met in 1992 in support of her bid for more child support for the couple's 3 teenagers. Baumgartner wrote, "I met Kevin on the golf course at the Alisol Ranch, an exclusive dude ranch in Solvang, California, when I was 18 years old," she wrote in papers filed in Santa Barbara Superior Court, California. "We played our first game of golf 6 years later and started dating shortly thereafter. Kevin was handsome, charming, and a movie star. We traveled the world in private planes, stayed in luxurious hotels and private homes." She also said she was the driving force for the Field of Dreams star to realize his own dreams, writing, "During our marriage, I encouraged Kevin to wear many hats and live his dreams, even if that meant spending time away from our family. I encouraged him to reconnect with his former bandmates from college and to start a new band. He became a singer/songwriter and toured for weeks at a time in many countries. He became an investor in several companies, some of which were through my connections."